Hey everyone, welcome to this exclusive one-on-one interview presented by Marquette Wire Sports. I'm Jack Phillips, joined by redshirt junior guard Lauren Van Kleunen of Marquette Women's Basketball. Thanks for being here, Lauren.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
So, looking back, let's just start right at the senior day game. You guys had lost to DePaul in December, and I believe they were actually a higher rank at the time.
Yeah.
And now they come in at number 16. You guys wanted revenge for this game.
Yeah.
You did just that. What were your overall thoughts on that game?
It was, we were talking about it even like a couple days after it because it was just so much fun. Like that game was awesome to have the amazing crowd come in for the seniors, to have them go out the way that they did. It was just a great game. You know, we were, after that DePaul game the first time, we actually met as a team and said, you know, that wasn't us. We play better than this, and we thought that we needed to be better overall, and we kind of had that in the back of our minds kind of throughout the whole conference. We didn't let it get too far, but we were just really excited to finally get that win and get a win against a ranked opponent. And
not only has your team been really improving throughout the entire season, but you, over your Marquette career, you've been here 3 years now.
Yeah.
You actually redshirted your first year. How important was redshirting that year in order for you to develop as a player, and to especially where you are now?
Yeah, it was huge. You know, coming in after high school, you know, you think you're ready, and I think, you know, it just depends on how your body is and everything. And I thought it would be best for me to redshirt. And I decided to do that, and I thought I'm greatly, just so grateful for it because of just I think how much of a step I made during that time between the physically, mentally, emotionally, all that stuff you want to cover. I think that you don't necessarily get to do if you just go in right into your freshman year and you're trying to figure out school, college, and the ins and outs and all that. And I think it was just huge for me to have that first year and to be able to grow since.
And coming into this year, you guys were picked ninth in the Big East. I asked similar questions to Jordan and Coach Duffy after the senior day game, and I thought I'd ask you just because I figured it'd only be fitting. You know, you have one more year after this, but I thought I'd ask you too. So coming in at number 9, you finished at number 2 now, 13-5 overall, just behind DePaul, the team you just beat a few days ago. So what does that say about your team? Just the overall perseverance and versatility of what you guys have? Yeah,
I'd say it's just. We're fighters. I think we're a team that, you know, if we get knocked down, we're getting back up and we're just moving along. And I think that's huge for a team because some teams don't have that. And I think we definitely do. And we took it and ran with it with being 9th. And I think you've heard this from Coach Duffy and from Jordan that we put up those rankings in our locker room and said we're not going to let this define us, but we're going to use it as motivation. And I think we definitely ran with it, and it's been exciting to see, you know. And Coach Duffy just talks about, like, you know, obviously it doesn't seem like there's a lot of expectations, so we have no pressure, and I think that's huge, and we definitely ran with it, and it's been a great experience.
And would you say, like, so far this season, this is probably where you're, at least this season, you're at like an all-time high right now as a team? Definitely.
I would say so, yeah. But I think also we gotta understand that obviously there's a lot of highs and lows of the game. But I think you know, you gotta be as composed as possible because, you know, you come off from a really big high on Sunday, then you gotta play great teams again for the Big East tournament. So keeping that composure kind of right in the middle is something that we're trying to find right now.
Again, you guys have been defying the odds throughout the entire season. When you look back to last season, you guys had probably I don't even know if it's really arguable at this point, one of the best senior classes. You had like people like Alizea Blockton, Monty Wilborn, Erica Davenport, the list goes on.
Yeah.
You guys didn't, obviously your ultimate goal is always to win a championship. You came up just short. You fell off in the round of 32, I believe.
Yes.
So, and then on top of that, you guys lose Coach Keeger. What was the mindset throughout that offseason, you know, going through a coaching change and then losing probably your best senior class in program history?
Yeah, you know, I feel like left and right, we were kind of getting hit with stuff in terms of losing the senior class, and then Coach Keeger left. But, you know, we understood that the 5 of us, the returners, Selena Lott, Altia Anderson, Izzy Spingola, and Chloe Murata, and myself were like, well, there's no, like, a lot of us didn't even think about leaving. Like, that wasn't even a thought to us. We're like, we're staying here, we're getting going. And I think that's huge, and that's a testament to who we are. And I think we just kind of ran with it. It definitely was hard at some points. And then it was actually really interesting. Once Coach Duffy got the job, she was very, very understanding of that. She said, I understand that this is emotional. Like, you're okay to, like, feel a certain way and stuff like that. And that was really nice to hear that, you know, we're going to be some days gonna be good, some days gonna be not so good. So she was very understanding in that standpoint, and I think that was like, okay, we're allowed to feel this certain way about what's going on.
And I like how you bring up Coach Duffy because again, eventually she came into the program and she's taken the entire Big East by storm. Definitely a Coach of the Year candidate. How long did it take you to realize Coach Duffy was going to be a perfect fit for this program, and how long did it take you to grow a special bond with Coach Duffy?
It was probably actually like the first workout. Like, it was just, and the amount of energy that she had, and just like the love for the game she had, and just like in terms of what her knowledge of it. I actually went to, she got the job, and that night I was talking to her after she found out, and I was just, getting to know her, and she was crazy busy, but she still, spent like an hour and a half with me, just talking with me. So like that just kind of shows how she is as a person, that she generally cares about you, not just as a basketball player, but as a person too. And she, I would say that first workout, just her amount of energy, the love for the game she had, love for us, and she knew it was only a day. Like, she was ready to get going, and it was awesome to see. And and she's consistent about that every single day, and it's really fun to be around.
And Coach Duffy entering the program, I think she had 6 first years coming into the program as well. You guys are a really young team, despite being so young. How have you, as a veteran leader now at this point, really stepped up and tried to help grow these first years into the program and get them acclimated into what Coach Duffy's trying to buy into in this program?
Yeah, when everything was going on, in terms of this coaching change, we were very adamant about making sure that group stayed. Like, I think that was the big part. We as soon as we heard about Coach Kier, we're like, we need to get the freshmen. We need to make sure they're all good, all that. And they were, from the moment they said, we're staying, we're like, okay, they're bought into something at least. And so we're really running with that. And they're just a work group. Like, they're willing to do whatever it takes, whether that's playing a couple minutes here and there or playing 40 minutes here. So they're really adamant about that, and I think it just shows that they're a team group. I don't think it's an individual here or this or that, especially when you come in with a big group like that. So it's it makes my job easier, honestly. Obviously I'll lead them in certain ways here or there and whatever Coach Duffy wants, but they're willing to do it, and I think that's usually half the battle.
So despite so many obstacles, you guys have continued to overcome the adversity. This team definitely one of the biggest underdogs throughout the entire Big East Conference.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you 2 more simple questions.
Okay.
So you're entering the Big East tournament as the number 2 seed again. You're projected to be number 9 at this point. Do you think this team, despite all the critics coming into the season, do you think this team can win the Big East tournament?
I think we, just like anyone else, have a huge chance to do it. I think the Big East is so wide open in terms of the teams, and just because there's rankings, I think anyone can win it. Anywhere from the 1 seed to the 10 seed, I think has a chance of winning this. So I think that's what makes it so much fun. Yes, I would love to say I think we do, but at the same time, there's also great teams around us. So we got to be able to come in every day, whether that be on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever day that is, and have that mentality that it's one game at a time.
And then I think we all know the answer to this next question. You guys seem like you definitely deserve this, but do you think you guys will be in the NCAA tournament this year?
I certainly hope so. In terms of, I think with the big win against DePaul, I think that was a huge win. And I think we showed in the non-conference schedule that we had. I think I always go back to the Mississippi State Northwestern game. That was 2 hard losses that we had, but we were right there, I think. And I think that we've shown throughout this course of not only the non-conference, but our Big East schedule. We definitely got really good teams in there that are, I think, also on the bubble. A couple, I think 3 or 4 teams could actually get in too. So I think we definitely, I believe we should be in, but again, that's up to the NCAA committee.
Yeah, well, thanks for being here, Lauren. Good luck in Chicago in the Big East tournament. You guys start off on Saturday, right?
Yes, correct.
Good luck in your first game.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. Don't forget to follow our coverage throughout the entire Big East tournament by following us on Twitter at MUWireSports. You can also listen to our radio broadcast by going to marquettewire.org/MUR, listening to Shane Hogan and Tyler Peters on the call, and also follow John Leozzi MU on Twitter. He'll have live updates throughout the game. For Lauren Van Kleunen, I'm Jack Phillips. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching this video. For more MUTV sports content posted every day, click the subscribe button right here on your screen, or follow us on Twitter at MUWireSports.